I played Xenocard once just to look at it. I'm probably not going to play very much of it. Jesus, however you want to pronounce it. Unless there's something in the game that makes me want to do it. Like if it was like Final Fantasy 9 or 8 and like the card game came up in the story at some point, or even if it's like Xenogears and you can get some good rewards from the card game, maybe. But it looks somewhat complicated, and I don't know if I want to spend a bunch of time learning how to play it and getting the cards for it if it's just a completely detached minigame. Anyways, we just got a decoder, right? Let's see if we know the door for this one. Which one did we just pick up? That was it 9 we just got? We don't have the door for that one. We've got the door and the key for 16. This is on the Gilded, okay. Alright, well, we're making some progress in here, for sure. The original Disgaea you played with its color removal thing and whatnot, that you liked? Disgaea is awesome. I think Disgaea, the first Disgaea probably had my favorite story. It was hilarious and I loved it. And I feel like the systems for Disgaea, like the actual mechanics and the combat systems and everything, just get better the farther in you go. But the story was probably at its peak with the first one. I think that about a lot of series, honestly. Oh, exact same thing with Grandia. You ever play Grandia? First one, best story in the series. Second one, still a really good story. And the story just kind of tapers off after that point, but the combat system just keeps getting better. So like you get into like the later Grandias and like the combat system gets better and better and better. And Grandia has a really cool combat system. But the story's better in the first two. You know. Same thing with Disgaea. You know? Story's better in the first one. But the systems just keep getting better. It's a really fun game. But it's hard to top Laharl and crew, you know? Tales of games are similar. I haven't played through enough of them to completion to comment on that, I don't think. I've played I finished Tales of Berseria last year. That was a lot of fun. And I've played quite a bit of Symphonia and of Zestiria and of Vesperia, but I haven't finished them. But I liked all of them. The combat systems get very different in them, but I don't think I've played a Tales game that I didn't like the story, except maybe Zestiria. I wasn't a huge... Zestiria just didn't capture me. I couldn't point out something being just like horrible about it necessarily, but I don't know, I guess I was kind of bored with the story. I think Zestiria is probably a little more interesting for me to play now that I've finished Berseria, though, because they're tied together, right? So maybe going back and playing Zestiria now that I've already finished Berseria, which Berseria is a prequel to Zestiria, I guess, right? Yeah. So maybe it'll be more interesting to do that the other way around. Only played the newer Tales. I mean, Symphonia and Vesperia aren't like newer. I've got Abyss too. I just haven't played enough of it to really say that I've played much of it. And I've played the 2D like Super Nintendo Tales a little bit, and it was interesting, but the combat system kind of sucked. I think the combat system's got, I don't know, I feel like with Tales the combat system gets better And then the newer ones, I'm not going to say whether they're better or worse, but I'm going to say that they're different. You know? I feel like they've kind of gone off to the side into like a different realm. But I think that like Symphonia and Abyss and Vesperia's combat system is better than like the old like Super Nintendo ones. But then like Zestiria, Berseria, and Xillia and them have like changed the mechanics of how the combat work to where you're either gonna like it or not, but I can't say whether it's better or not really. I don't think I know the system. I don't think I know the series well enough to come to a conclusion on that yet. Also, I've never really been that good with like, I don't want to say fighters because it's not a fighter, but like more action-oriented combat systems like that. It depends on the game, I guess. I've never been very good at Tales combat systems. I'll say that. Like that you could play the old ones 2-player in combat. Oh, the newer ones you can play them 4-player. Like all of them, I think. I don't know about the really old ones, but like Symphonia, back on the GameCube, all the way up through the newest ones, you can play them 4-player. You can have each person control a different character if you want to. Hell, if you have enough friends to do it, I highly recommend it. Because, I mean, it makes the combat a lot easier because you don't have to deal with the AI.
Get out of my way, or else.
But it's kind of like if you played like Final Fantasy VI on the PlayStation or something. Final Fantasy VI on the PlayStation, and like 5 and 4, like all those PlayStation ones. I think 9 might have let you do this too, I don't remember. They would let you assign a controller to the character. So you could play like Final Fantasy VI multiplayer, but really it was just one person was playing the game, but when a combat started, a designated character or two could be controlled by the other controller, so you and your friend could sit on the couch and do the combats together. And that's basically how Tales multiplayer works. Like one person's playing the game, and then everybody else that's playing is just controlling one character in combat. Wouldn't it be interesting if they did a Xenoblade game like that? Because like Xenoblade, like say take like Zestiria, right? In Zestiria, you have in Tales of Zestiria, you've got your character, and then you have another character that is bonded with him, just like Xenoblade, right? With like the driver and the blade, you have the same sort of dynamic going on in Zestiria, and your party is made up of these pairs. Could you imagine if Xenoblade let you put another controller in and let someone else control like Nia, or let someone else control Morag or something? How awesome would that be? You wouldn't even think it'd be that hard for them to do either, other than dealing with camera issues, right? Or like, and then you wouldn't have to worry about Xenoblade characters having bad AI. You just need a friend. You need a friend. Here's the hard part of playing a game like that together. And this is the reason that I've never finished a Tales game. I have so many Tales games that I've sat down with my friends and like my buddy Eric, and I call Eric and I'm like, Eric, we're gonna play Tales of Symphonia together. It's gonna be awesome. Me, you, D, my wife, we're all gonna get together and we're gonna play Tales of Symphonia together, and it's gonna be great. You're gonna start coming over every Saturday, you know, because like it's such a long game. You gotta be like, I need you to come over like on a regular schedule for like months or something, you know, to finish the game together. That's the hard part, scheduling, to try and actually, like, once you get old, it's just so hard to like regularly meet with your schedules and actually play a game that long together. That's the problem that we have with like my mods, Flame and Shadow Swift, and my wife D, we play games together. We try and do it a little bit every week, and we would have a mod stream like once a week. We haven't had them in a couple weeks now because we're just having scheduling issues, because Shadow Swift is basically working during the streams right now, so he doesn't have time off to come and do the co-op games with us. But we're trying to get together to do Baldur's Gate 3 when it comes out. We want to do Baldur's Gate 3 on the stream like one night a week, work through a co-op run of Baldur's Gate 3. But scheduling, man, it's hard. Get everyone together to get at the same time regularly. Even in an MMO, it can be hard, right? You ever tried running a guild in an MMO and organizing a raid and trying to get everyone to show up for the raid every week? Like, it can be such a pain. You just show up on time for the raid. What are you doing? I'm here. Yeah, you're here. Do you have your consumables? Do you have the, have you done anything? Are you ready for the raid? No? Okay, well then you're not here. You know, anyways. Flashbacks. You led a guild in vanilla and half of the Burning Crusade? Yeah. Then you know what I'm talking about. I remember in Wrath of the Lich King, I ended up being the main tank for my guild, mainly because I was the tank that was always there every week, right? And because of that, I ended up getting all the best gear, and then so I ended up being the main tank for all of our raids through all of Wrath of the Lich King because of scheduling. Really, I wasn't better at tanking than him. Playing classic. Oh yeah. Oof. I feel like with WoW Classic, like ruins nostalgia for me. You have like all these great memories of playing WoW with your friends and how great it was, and then you go and play WoW Classic and go, yeah, I don't want to have to do this again. I don't know. The game's gotten a lot easier over the years, and I don't like for the game to be super easy, but I don't like for the game to be super tedious either. You know, there's like a balance. You can only attack the front one. Yeah, whatever. Kill it. One of your real life friends is still playing, so that helps. That does help a lot, yeah. My brother-in-law plays a lot of World of Warcraft, and I think he plays a lot of WoW Classic. But yeah, I got my stream, you know. This is my free time right here, you know. Almost all of my free time goes to the stream when I'm not working, or spending time with D, or spending time with Leo, who's my son, right? Then I'm on the stream, or I'm editing videos for the stream, or I'm uploading the stream to YouTube, or whatever. That's all my free time. I don't have time for MMOs anymore. Unless I were to play the MMO on the stream, and then if I play the MMO on the stream, I'm not going to get any viewers, you know? It's not that you can't run a stream and play, you know, I mean, WoW or something. Obviously you can. A lot of people do it successfully. It's that I'm not one of those people that do it successfully, and becoming one of those people that do it successfully is like, you know, right? It's not like the new expansion is going to come out and I'm suddenly going to turn into Asmongold or something.
Target locked on. Commencing combat.
So. I like to play games that I want to play on the stream, but there are certain limits to what you can play and actually get viewers, you know? And if I play a brand new game, like when Ghost of Tsushima came out and I wanted to play it, or if I play like World of Warcraft right when an expansion launches, I will be buried on page like 157. You know, like you won't find me. It'll be like a sea of streamers, and good luck getting a viewer unless you're like a big name, you know? Because everybody's gonna want to play it. I'm gonna want to play it.
Charging.
You still find Classic more enjoyable to play having done it before than current WoW? Yeah. I'm sure some people do look for lower viewer count on purpose. Absolutely. The problem with playing WoW when an expansion comes out is that there's going to be hundreds of people with lower viewer count too. So even if you don't want to watch with like Asmongold or any of the other big, I don't know why that's the only guy that I keep naming. There's lots of good WoW streamers, right? Even if you don't want to watch one of the big streamers, there's literally going to be hundreds of people with like 0 viewers. You know, like there's just gonna be so many people streaming it. Like you watch, it'll be a giant sea of streaming. Let's heal.
Open ether circuit.
Yeah. You can't even read the chat once you get to like a certain threshold, you know? Like a lot of people were caught by surprise with the whole like chat threads, like chat replies or whatever. But honestly, that's genius for these people with like 1,000+ viewers, because otherwise you can't keep this chat scrolls by faster than you can read it, you know? So it's just like, you're never gonna read what's happening. Do I play on a CRT?
Our cannon.
You want to know what to look for CRT wise? I don't play on a CRT. I haven't played on a CRT in a long time. I'm actually playing this on my monitor on my computer right now. Got an HDMI cable from the PS3 to, well, from the PS3 to the capture card, from the capture card to the monitor. But yeah. 1080p, not a CRT. Somebody not smart people? Yeah. That's just the internet being the internet, Knob. That's like the curse of like being successful on YouTube, right? Not YouTube, on Twitch. Maybe on YouTube too if you live streamed it. Like, I like it when it's like this and there's like a dozen or a couple dozen people in the chat room. I can talk to each one of you. I can respond. We can all have a conversation. If someone gets stupid, we can put them in timeout easily, you know? Once you get up to like 1,000 viewers, it's like, you can't. you lose control to a certain extent. I used to have a lot more viewers back in the day. I quit streaming for a long time. That's why I have like 2,000 followers in a partnership and then like no viewers at the moment. You know? But I'm sure I'll get more viewers. I don't know that I'm ever gonna really get like thousands, but I don't really need to get thousands. I do this for fun, you know? And for extra money, but fun mostly. My hobby. It's my, I don't know. I just enjoy streaming. I enjoy talking with you guys. I enjoy experiencing new games and sharing old ones with people that haven't seen them before. Or experiencing a new game for the first time together with other people. I just like talking about games. It's really the perfect activity for me, honestly. There's nothing I would rather do in the whole world than stream on Twitch. Alright. Let's take this guy out. There's a few that you watch that you have like 500-ish. But for those, not everyone chats. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's true too. Hey, bless you. Welcome back to the stream. I haven't checked the poll today, see if anybody else voted. Sometimes people vote like outside of stream time. I guess just like wander into the channel and go, ooh, I want to vote. Yeah, nope. Final Fantasy, Fire Emblem, and Trails in the Sky are still winning the poll. Wow, this guy's 8 hit points. He's gonna go on the turn that we would need to do it. Needs more Breath of Fire votes, huh?
Still have a long ways to go.
I don't know if Breath of Fire is gonna get the votes. No. I feel like Breath of Fire is a good game. Well, I feel like Breath of Fire 3 and 4 are really good games. I feel like 1 and 2 are okay. And Dragon Quarter is horrible. I don't like Dragon Quarter. Maybe it's just me. I don't think it's just me though.
Get out of my way, or else.
But Breath of Fire 3 and 4 are great. I like them a lot. I've never actually finished Breath of Fire 4. Which is one of the reasons that they are on the list. I haven't actually finished most of the Breath of Fire games. My roommate did Breath of Fire 3 in college. The same roommate that played Xenosaga that I watched played through Breath of Fire 3. I think 4, from what I've played, 4 is probably my favorite. But I haven't played them all, so not all the way through at least. I have a tendency to play like half of an RPG and like get a really good feel for it and then just stop. Or at least I used to when I was younger.
Charging.
You enjoy finding streamers playing games like this because everyone's seeing Final Fantasy? Yeah.
Ready? Lunar seal.
I enjoy streaming Final Fantasy. I have really good memories of streaming Final Fantasy, I guess. Like I way back in the day, like geez, okay, this would have been like 2010 or so, I think. We did a thing on the stream called the Final Fantasy Challenge, where I tried to beat every Final Fantasy in 1 year. Like I started in January and I'm like, by Christmas we're gonna try and beat every Final Fantasy game. And this was like 2010, like Final Fantasy 13. Was it 10? It was, I think it was the year 2013 that Final Fantasy 13 came out. Let me see. In America. Yeah, 2010. So yeah, it was 2010. So January 2010 in the stream, we started the Final Fantasy Challenge, and Final Fantasy 13 came out worldwide in March that year. So we were going to try and start with Final Fantasy 1 and go through them numerically and finish Final Fantasy 13 before December, right? And that was some of the most fun I've had streaming probably in a long time back then. We didn't actually finish it either. Like, we didn't get through all of them. But it was a lot of fun trying. I'm probably more dedicated nowadays. I might actually be able to finish it if we do that. I mean, hell, we're playing through all the Xeno games. That's not much different as far as like length and everything. There are more Final Fantasy games than Xenogear games, obviously. Let's see. There we go. Comes forward.
May all your souls rest.
I try and always kill them on the point multiplier turn if I can. If it's inconvenient, I don't bother. How far am I into the game? About like 17 hours ish. So maybe about halfway, a little bit under halfway. I'm not entirely sure. I've never played it before as far as how far it is. But it's supposed to be about a 40-hour game. So 17 hours in's about halfway, theoretically. Of course, that's about halfway through the first episode. There's 3 episodes, so not even close to getting far through it if you count all the episodes. I got into the space colony. The space colony. I am on the Gnosis Cathedral ship. That's where I'm at. If you know the story, I don't know. It's not really a ship. It's like a planet. But yeah, I'm on Gnosis planet. I think they called it Cathedral ship though. I'm over halfway, really? Gotcha. It really doesn't feel like that though. Like, we haven't really gotten much in the story yet. I feel like episode 1 is just gonna be all set up at this rate. And maybe that's the way it's gonna be. It is a multi-episode series. Oh, is this really over halfway? Holy crap. Pretty much all set up? Okay, well, fair enough. We're playing through all 3 episodes. I'm kind of treating it like it's one long game, honestly, so that's fine. Everyone tells me that the 3rd one's the best one, and that the 2nd one's the worst one. So, we're prepared for that. This guy only has 5 hit points. Let's do this one. Why the game takes so long is all the grinding for level stats, ether, and tech point grinding. I haven't really done any grinding. I am like paying attention to like when it's the point turn and trying to get like the point multiplier if I can, but I'm not really grinding. I'm not like fighting monsters more than once or anything. But then I haven't had a need to yet. I feel like we've barely even started when it comes to stuff like that, though. I mean, we're only like level, what, 15 or 16 or something like that?
Charging. Our cannon.
Alright, we're just gonna take 4 turns to get back around to that. Let's just kill this guy. I should heal a little bit too.
Collected